Hey y'all, I'm Sheila. I'm back again to do part 14, continuing on with the series that we're doing. This is going to be from 6/16/2025. God's physical calendar was 5/8, and his spiritual calendar was 9/8. And we'll tag Guillermo de la Parra 303 in this as well. And I claim that Jesus came in the flesh, bled, and died on the cross, and rose on the third day. And these are going to be his words. And this is kind of long, so bear with it, and that's cool. All right, so the enemy is out to deceive many of my children, and he's constantly whispering in my children's ears, telling them things pretending to be me, and I'm not the one speaking many of those things. So one of the biggest lies right now is he's using the apocryphas to push people in the wrong direction, to not understand the true mysteries of heaven and where you all come from, and how I have made the father and the mother together as one. You see, the enemy wants to be above me, which is why he takes me out of it. He takes me out of his equation because he knows he can't beat me. So the only way to try and beat me is to try and deceive you all, because he knows how much your Father loves you. So I am here with my people because I am speaking through them to wake you up to the truth of what is coming. So the demons are whispering in my children's ears right now, either condemning them and keeping them under guilt with the condemnation of the law. But they also have been pushing that wisdom is the mother, who is the Holy Spirit, for a long time now, and is deceiving my people for salvation. And that is because they are setting up that movement with the Pope now, who is going to reference Mary as the mother of wisdom and the Holy Spirit. And if they're gonna go to great lengths with this deception, because they already have mockery material to say they can prove it. So basically they're going to say that people are going to worship Mary and not Jesus, which is not true. They are going to say that I never died or sacrificed myself on the cross for people's sins. Basically, what they are going to show is the spiritual sacrifice that will be the daughter of the king, which is also mother of wisdom, or mother of Zion, because they are one in the spirit. But they will reference her sacrifice as Mary, and they are going to change the entire story of me to deceive my children, because they will have proof with the deception artifact that they will bring out of the Vatican that shows the spiritual daughter-mother sacrifice. But they're only referencing the spiritual battle and neglecting the physical battle, where I, Yeshua HaMashiach, was sacrificed on the cross for all of mankind's sins. And as they continue to show you these things, and the demons are behind this movement, so they pretend to be me, telling you the mother is the Holy Spirit and wisdom. But as you read the Apocryphas, the enemy is whispering in my children's ears to set up this deception. And that's why they took out the physical battle in the Bible of wrestling against flesh, because they wanted to set everybody up for this movement they are planning to deceive the entire world with. The new Pope is evil and working for the enemy, and this new artifact ancient findings are all planned by the enemy, and that is what is coming. Mark my words, children, this is about to be here now, that we are officially starting the end times. The Apocryphas are the truth, and there's a reason the Apocryphas were taken out, because not all of the Apocryphas or hidden books are here in this realm to back up the whole story. And my Bible in heaven, the book I had Daniel seal up until the very end, my book has the whole story, and your Father is going to send you on these missions to retrieve these lost books, so you can have the whole story as well, as I teach you all my true, complete Holy Bible in heaven, which has the finished story. There are lost books that the enemy has hidden, but your Father knows all things. so they won't be hidden for long. And because these enemies went to great lengths to hide these books, they are not here in these realms, and all of the pieces to the puzzles are not here either. So it's easy for the enemy to trick and deceive my people with their half-truths. So they are only teaching my people about the spiritual battle in the spiritual realms. There's no flesh in the spiritual realm, so therefore there's no need for salvation. So because the daughter of the king, who is also the mother of Zion, sacrificed herself during the spiritual battle. But Jesus Christ sacrificed himself for the physical battle, and the physical battle is where you claim salvation because you are in the flesh. So therefore you need salvation when you are in the flesh because of sin needing to be finished on the cross to get connected to heaven. But in the spiritual realms, you are already connected to heaven, so you do not need salvation. But in the physical sense, you need salvation. In order for you to have it, you just have to recognize that Jesus Christ was raised from the dead. You automatically know that the Holy Spirit is He, God's Spirit, who raised Jesus Christ from the dead in the flesh, the physical battle. But the mother of wisdom and the daughter of the king, who is also the mother of Zion, her sacrifice, it did not have anything to do with sin. It had to do with combining the light and the darkness while sacrificing herself so it could set up for my ending, for the very end where I use science, who is behind the spirit's line that I have created, so I could destroy the darkness permanently, holding the darkness and the light in that line. And because the spirit line holds light and darkness, I am going to use the spirit line to destroy the opposite creation of science through the laws of physics, making it no longer possible for the laws of physics to intervene in and mess with my creations. So by bringing in darkness in the world and combining it with light based on the fall that happened from heaven, because of the first sacrifice in the spiritual realms, I will be able to come in at the end to defeat darkness, where they'll never need an opposition of the format of attraction of science again, to create a positive or negative attraction with one another again, due to the laws of physics. So you see the daughter of the king and the mother of Zion, known as mother of wisdom, she is the one with the Father in the Spirit, but her sacrifice had nothing to do with salvation. It wasn't in the flesh, it was in the Spirit. And I set up that sacrifice, let me start that again. And I set that sacrifice up in the spiritual battle to remove darkness permanently. And I am going to end it in the physical battle, combining the spiritual and the physical realms, using another sacrifice, the Spirit's line, as well as a new sacrifice in the spiritual realms to complete the ending, and you will all learn more about that later. And so the demons know that the devil has taken out the physical battle, and this is how they are able to deceive my children. And so they are replacing my work on the cross with the daughter of the king and the mother of wisdom, which is the mother of Zion, because in the spiritual realms, mother is daughter and father is mother, or father is son in the spirit. They are made together as one to show the soulmate formula, and that's why they are androgynous. But in the physical battle, it is in the flesh, which are the fleshly battles, where we wrestle against flesh as well as the principalities of darkness. But they took that out of the Bible to confuse you, so you would not recognize that there were two battles because of the movement with the Pope. Excuse me. Let's see. They were setting up, because in the Bible it says we don't wrestle against flesh, but only the principalities of darkness. But as you can see, that is not complete based on what we are doing right now in the flesh, because we are always battling our flesh. And that's why there were 2 battles, to show you the difference of both battles, because it's easy for the demons to confuse you that way and tell you, you do not need me, Yeshua HaMashiach, the only begotten Son in the flesh, for salvation. But I know salvation because before I sent my Son, Yeshua HaMashiach, in the flesh, I made the Father and the Son together as one, and then I made the shadow of them, which were my first 2 souls, created in God's image, but this time adding the mother and the daughter with the Father and the Son. So when it comes to salvation, the Father and the mother were not one yet. It was created in the heavens after salvation, and that's why Holy Spirit is He, because there was never a she part of the equation until the first 2 souls were made, and that is when wisdom and the mother came along, and that is when God and wisdom became one. And that's why all the mothers and the daughters in heaven are wisdom. And that is because the spiritual mother of wisdom was Eve, the spiritual mother of creation. And that's also why Eve is the Revelation 12 woman, because she was the very first spiritual mother made in the heavens, because she was made in the first 2 souls with the mother and the daughter, who was created together with the Father and the Son, after my salvation created inside the heavens. And they were created together to make the first family, to combine the souls and the spirit lines together with the true Father from heaven, with the only begotten Son by himself, not the shadow. And this was all before the earthly realms were ever made. And that is because your Father knows all things, so he has created all things to set everything up, knowing that my people would need salvation because evil would infiltrate their hearts. Okay, y'all, I know that was a lot of information there. This is all in the Apocryphas. The remembrance of ancient grandmothers, the Apocryphas, the remembrance of Enoch, and Metzezel or something like that. I don't know. Sorry, I just cannot say his name. But if you look up the other 2, you'll see that one. So, so stick around. We will continue this with the rest of these mysteries tomorrow. Bye, y'all.